Good morning, machine. I'm just waiting for you guys to join, then I will start the live. One thing that I've noticed with yesterday's live, because it shouldn't have gone that on, I had enough time before me and my lady had to go to our grocery shopping for the month. For the first, let me say it like this, I'm going to get through the topics and then we will camp out for comments for another, say, 15 to 20 minutes afterwards, right? But as you guys know, this is a part two. I couldn't come back yesterday. Sure, I'm tired, me bro. Yo, going from shop to shop to shop, that like always kills me. And like I understand as a man why other men are so used to just giving the money to the woman and like go shopping, go. So yesterday we couldn't delve into Jason properly, and we also couldn't delve into Grootman properly. And these are two topics that we actually really needed to speak about. Good morning, Lesedi Makola and Karabo Kompe. Away, I'm literally on the charts and listening here, my man. Good morning, Romeo Fries. I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are having a good Friday. Remember, it is NFP today, so please do keep your money safe. If you're not a magician, don't enter before NFP, please. That's gambling. For our phone gamer, yep. Yeah. Good morning. On the right time. Good morning. Good morning. Good day, network. Nice to see you back. Okay, so we were the first topic that we couldn't get to was Jason Noah, and as you guys know, Jason Noah is people see him as sort of a national treasure. For a lot of people, what DJ Coach means to people, what Ref Wayne means to people, what Sandile Shezi means to people, what Louis Junior Chakwani means to some people. Jason Noah means that to a few people, and he most definitely meant that to me once upon a time as well. A lot of people really think that I hate these characters, but I believe that you cannot hate someone when you are calling them to a higher purpose. And the higher purpose that we are calling these scammers to is to do better. We're not telling them do not operate in the space. We're not telling them do not sell your signals, do not sell your business, do not do not be here in the space. We're not saying that. We're just saying if you're gonna be and you're gonna do some services, please go the extra mile and be regulated at least, because at the end of the day, that is what will set you apart from what is a scammer and what is a proper financial services provider. As you guys know, Jason Noah toed along those lines of becoming a proper financial services provider, because he got I wouldn't say regulated, but he got his broker to be a juristic rep. Right now, guys, as I predicted a couple of months ago already, this trend is really starting to take off with other companies that's just taking on juristic reps left, right, and center. I believe, because I've been approached with deals like that, I believe that these companies that's handing out these jurisdictions, these juristic rep titles, I believe that they're also getting some kickbacks from this, right? And when it comes to that, you generally have to look at the FSP. You don't look at the person. Like, I'm gonna make an example now with FX codes, right? People don't know who their FSP is. They just know that the codes are a juristic rep for some company out there. Now, I know who the FSP is. I actually went to go and sit to see who the FSP is, and I will drop that in a video. Actually got some videos planned out here for you guys, so please do keep an eye on that later on. But when it comes to someone being a juristic rep, right, one of the important things that you need to go look at based on the videos that I've done before, because guys, I've always said this, my videos is always based on the law. Therefore, the chances of me being wrong is slim to none. I'm not saying I'm always right when it comes to cases. I'm not saying my approach is always right when it comes to cases. There's places, certain times, where even my own legal representation had to be like, okay, my bro, the way you phrased things over here, sure, you meant it well, but how you phrased it come off as X, Y, and Z. So, I've also had to move, and I don't say move with the times, but I also had to get myself and get my scripting intact. I would say. Now, the other day, just for interest sake, someone asked me if I use AI to like script my videos, because my videos sound like AI, and I'm like, nah, I'm just paying attention to my script writing and how I deliver the stuff that I am delivering to you guys. And obviously I've seen a little bit in the uppage of the views, so whenever you see a video, watch it till the end, because some real effort has been like put into it, especially on the research end. But when it comes to scripting there, I got this pad, this notepad, I got it FMAS, right? FMAS was like the other day. This notepad is done. It's clearance. It's clearance. I think this is the last page. This is the last blank page here, and then you get this. So basically, guys, I script my own stuff. I go through the research myself, because I want to make sure that what I'm saying is factually, first off, and legally correct. So back to the topic, Jason Noah. He has been a sort of giant for a lot of us, right? And I'm not gonna downplay the influence that he had on my decision making when it comes to entering the forex trading space, right? But one thing that I am gonna do is I am gonna say that this is a sign that not everything that glitters is gold. I need you guys to remember that. I think I've explained this to you guys before, that these guys have they have ups and downs in their trajectories, right? So they start out, they have the liquor car, have the mansions, then they downgrade a bit because hard times. Then they are up again, move into, okay, so it's not necessarily that they move into a better place, but it's like because they are in a cheaper place, they can do more now. So now they get offices and stuff. Things start going well again. They move out of the cheap place into another mansion, into another place that's expensive to maintain and stuff like that. And that is how they like basically go broke. And that is the same thing that I've not only seen with Jason, but when you take a look at Lesiba also for an instance, Lesiba also had offices. When you look at Sandile Shezi also had offices. When you look at Louis Jr. Chakwani also had offices. And then all of a sudden, gone, weg, klaar, nothing. So offices, when it comes to you scamming, right, that is a luxury that will run out. And unfortunately for Jason, that is what happened, right? So basically what happened, and we covered that, is that Jason Noah got evicted. In that very video that I made, I actually show you guys the eviction notice. Now, you don't get evicted when you pay on time. You don't get evicted when your rent is paid every single month. You get evicted when you start defaulting on payments. What I mean by that is when you start missing payments, right? And that is exactly what happened in this case. We saw the eviction notice, the man got evicted, right? While all of this happened, where was Jason? He was touring overseas. Mans was touring overseas. In that time, we saw that his stuff is now being auctioned. So guys, for me, the auction is a sure. The auction is a very, very sure sign that he defaulted on a couple of payments on rent. Why do I say a couple of payments? Let me elaborate. When you look at the rental agreements in South Africa, right, you usually pay double rent the first month, and then at the end of the month, so when you move into that place, you gotta have rent for 3 months up ahead, right? The first 2 months, that is your deposit, and your deposit is necessary, not always, but very often, or 95% of the time, your deposit that you give is gonna be 1 month deposit, and that's equivalent to 1 month of rent. So you put that together. So for an example, if your rent is 10,000 rand, that place is 10,000 rand. To to move in, you are going to need at least 15,000 rand. What do I mean? No, sorry, 30,000. If the rent is, if the rent is 10, you're going to need a 30. 20 is your deposit and your first month's rent, right? That is basically a deposit, right? Your first month's rent times 2. Then at the end of the month, when your first month has lapsed, you're now going to pay that first month's rent. That is how rental agreements work. So with that, right, with that, the deposit, because like I said, your rent is 10K, right? So your deposit is going to be 20K. 10K, the owner keeps, who you are leasing or renting from. The other 10K is a refundable deposit. When you move out as a tenant, right, the rental owner comes and he looks, he inspects, okay, now, there's nothing wrong, I can give you your full 10K back. Okay, now, here's a hole in the wall, here's that, okay, I might get quotes and then deduct it from the deposit and pay you out the rest. That is how rental agreements work. Anyone in the comment section, you guys are free to let me know if I'm talking cut. Maybe the explanation just came about in a long-winded fashion, a long-winded fashion, but that is how rental agreements work. 3 months rent, and when you move out, you get 1 month's rent in return. Now, here's the point that I'm getting to. If that rental owner had to auction off those things, right? Jason's office equipment, right? That means that the amount of rent that's outstanding is more than the deposit that was paid. Does that make sense to y'all? Does that make sense to y'all? Because the rental owner, right, has no right to someone else's office equipment. So it's either Jason comes to come and fetch his stuff, right? Or because as someone that rented from someone else, you also have rights. And I believe that if he had the money, he would have just kept it there and continued paying while he was jollering overseas. But that is not the case. The fact that his stuff got I don't want to say repossessed because it wasn't bought from the rental owner, but the fact that the rental owner just took the stuff and auctioned it off by legal means, that means that he may be skipped out on a few months of rent. Because, like I said, your deposit covers any shortfall that might have incurred while you were at that premises. Straight up. So, if you moved in and no tap was leaking, rental owner will let you know, okay, I'm going to get someone to get the quote here, I'm going to fix it, and then boom. Thank you, Dylan, for shout out to you for clarifying that term there. My mind is just a jungle, like, I still have a lot of stuff to get through. But just on that live, it's just Grootman. But then there's videos that I also have planned for you guys after this. But thank you so much. You basically explained in one sentence what I was explaining in fucking 100 sentences. Thank you so much, Dylan. I sincerely appreciate it. You see, guys, this is why I don't want you guys to get taken for a pea, man. Because I know for a fact, my following and my subscribing, you guys aren't dumb and you guys aren't stupid. You guys won't fall for dumb. And when things like this happen, you guys would have the mental capacity to unravel things the way that I've just unraveled it. Like, literally. Because let's be honest, what rights does that rental owner have to not only withhold Jason's office equipment, but to also auction it off? He had no right. But the man went and this is why I'm always telling you guys, né? When you get scammed, you see these videos on my channel, you may become found, yay. Rather have exposed the person that scammed me at least 4, 5, 6 times. And keep in mind, we've exposed these guys multiple times for multiple offenses, right? I just want you guys to then do the little bit of effort, man. Go look for your other victims. Go look for your other victims. You explain your case. When they explain their case, you will realize, oh fuck, I just explained to this guy what happened to him. I just explained to this lady what happened to her. Maybe it happened to them to a lesser or a higher degree, but it's still the same thing. You guys got scammed. And I want you guys to realize that personally, because a whole lot of times people they attack me for the fact that I don't run to the authorities with these guys. And sorry. And I'm gonna give you guys a little bit explanation on that. The reason why I don't go to the authorities with these things, right? Because to me, number one, that is tantamount to snitching. Keep in mind, like I've explained to you guys before, mother was a gangster, father was a gangster, I know street code. That's tantamount to snitching. That will land me 6'6", right? When you look at the awareness that I've put out, when you look at the details that I've put out of the correct authorities, it's just up to you as a victim to take yourself and your money seriously and report them. That is all you need to do. Sorry, that is all you need to do. From an argument perspective, you have heard what I said in the past, and what I keep on telling you guys is, don't just take what I say, guara. Like with that rental thing now, with that rental thing that I just explained to you guys, né? Don't just take it, guara goose. Rydell said it must be right. Go and research if what I said is true. Go and research if it is true when I said that you get 1 month's deposit back of that basically 3 months rent that you paid when you move in, because the deposit is most 2 months rent, and at the end of the month you have to pay rent again, but one of those payments you get back. Go and research, and then you guys will actually, for me, doing your own research, getting to, that is why I've shown you guys, not because guys I can be really content creator. I can be really content creator, hide my sources, and just come with the facts every time. Let's be honest, I can do that. I can gatekeep information if I wanted to. But I'm always showing you guys, regardless if it's the 1000th time that I'm showing it to you, I'm still going to show you guys where to find and how to look for people's FSPs. I'm still going to show you guys how to find the latest and updated lists of warnings. I'm going to, like, that to me is the most important thing. Because very often people are telling me, and they are gunning for, oh, Rydell, you're not making money through your YouTube, you're not making money. That is not the point. The point wasn't to strip you guys from your money. The point wasn't to seem like a Cape Crusader and doing the stuff that nobody wants to do so that I can like get the earning from you guys from it. It's not about that. It's about the awareness. And that's it. It's about the fact that People need to be aware not only of their rights, but they need to be aware of how to suss out other scammers. Because, let's be honest. Like, let's be 100% honest, bro. I'm going to use my first examples, ne? And then I'm going to talk about people that's still big today. And you will be like, oh shit, Ryder is talking facts here. If you apply what I've exposed with Clint Fester, if you applied all of that, remember, I've exposed Clint Fester for poor signals. What are we seeing now? I've exposed Clint Fester for putting systems together using 3 indicators. What is happening now? I exposed Clint Fester. Clint was one of my first exposés. I exposed Clint, and this is like 2020. I exposed Clint Fester for selling a dud robot. What is happening now? I exposed Clint Fester for promising people refunds if that robot doesn't work. What is happening now? I've exposed Clint Fester for his prop firm going belly up. Didn't the goats go belly up recently? I've exposed him going to Dubai and then coming back because it got too expensive there. Who recently came back from Dubai? If you apply, and this is why for me, sometimes I cannot fathom that scammers are still active. Because if you apply one and everything I've exposed by one to the next in context, it will start making sense to you. It will start making sense to you. Literally. It will start making sense to you. So, should I go further? Should I go further? Let me do it like this. Let me do it like this. Lasiba lost his business, lost his employees, lost his office. Apply that to Jason Noah. Wait. That's an anomaly. Let me show you a pattern. That's an anomaly. Let me show you a pattern. Sandile Shezi had employees, an office, all of those things. Where's that? Where is that? Where is that? Louis Jr. Chakwane, same thing. So now it's not an anomaly anymore. I've just shown you a pattern. I've just shown you a pattern. I've exposed, like I said, I've exposed Clint Fester for poor signals. Isn't that what we just spoke about, Marco, on yesterday's live? Clint Fester came out and he said, oh, I just started a new broker. My new broker's name is Trade Nexus Guarada. And look on the board of directors, his name is not there. Apply that to DJ Coach. Didn't DJ Coach do the same with HD Markets? Yet I've exposed Clint. How long ago already for these things? But it's still happening. It's still happening namhlanje. It's still happening namhlanje. And that is why I'm saying it should be hard for these guys to scam you. It should be really hard for them to scam. Because if we've exposed one, we've exposed the rest. If we have exposed one, we've exposed the rest. Do you know why? Do you know why? Do you know why? Because the methods of scamming, ever since Charles Ponzi invented it, still hasn't changed. The methods of scamming still hasn't changed, which is why the recipe might look different to you, but the ingredients are all the same. Has it sunk into you yet? Has it sunk into you yet? Has it sunk into you yet? Huh? Vision 2050. Can the FX goat still be trusted after getting the FSP? Vision 2050, the goats doesn't have an FSP. The goats doesn't have an FSP. Machine, they don't have an FSP. They are a juristic rep, guys. And I've explained it. This is why I'm asking you guys, go and watch the video I made about veracity markets, and go and watch the video that I made about Tinus Blues. That will give you, and you know, maybe it's just my stupidity for thinking that my followers will watch along every video that I make, because it's like this. It's like this. Hang on. Hang on. Hey, my bruh, today your voice is gonna be used. So my FSCA Connect sent me a voice note about Tinus Blues, right? He sent me a message also, and I displayed the message. I showed the message when I did the recent FX Goat video, speaking about, again, the fact that they are not FSCA regulated. They're a juristic rep. There's a huge difference. So the difference basically is, right, the goats do not get scrutinized by the FSCA. Their FSP does. The ones who they work under, they get scrutinized. It's like a chain of command. So when the goats catch on cut, right, they get a bigger, and this is why that veracity markets video is so important, because they will get the bigger portion of the fine, but the FSP, the one that is regulated, they will also get the fine, maybe 10%, because when it comes to veracity markets got fined 10 million, the business, and each founder got fined 1 million each, and Navesh Financial Services, whom they were working under, the FSP they were working under, Navesh got a 100,000 rand fine. But I'm gonna play the voice note for you, and then you can, you know.
Morning, sir. No problem at all with the voice note. Fully understand. And yeah, I just felt like I had to share this with you, because a lot of people are falling victim to quite a number of scammers or entities. So yeah, just because you are a representative or a juristic rep doesn't mean that you are authorized to render services. It basically just means you are working under a certain FSP, and that FSP is the one that needs to be regulated by the FSCA, not the not the rep. So the FSCA doesn't regulate reps, they only regulate the FSPs, and then the FSP is the one that has to ensure that their representatives are authorized or have, the relevant qualifications and so forth.
So there you guys have heard it. There you guys have heard it straight from an FSCA employee. Straight from the horse's mouth. I don't make things up. I don't make things up. But they are not FSCA regulated, and they can get into trouble for saying they are FSCA regulated, because you cannot, if you are not regulated, you cannot hold yourself out to be FSCA regulated. That's wrong. That is a contravention of one of the FIRES Acts. And you know, very often I've warned these guys and they don't want to listen to me. They don't want to listen to me because when I'm just a hater. I'm just a hater, right? So, there you guys have heard it. The goats, they are not FSCA regulated. They are juristic reps though. I mean, even sometimes Vision 2050, right? Vision 2050. I want you to look at the screenshot even. The screenshots that they have posted. You will see in the screenshot, it says there, in the screenshot, it says there, authorized reps. It says there, in the screenshot, it says there, reps. So, you know, I'm straight up honest with you guys. So, moving along, Grootman. Guys, I'm going to start off by saying Grootman was once upon a time the king of peer pressure. The way you would apply it was very crafty. And this is how, look, my job is to see trends in scamming that no one can see. Right? So whenever you see Nasdaq Ninja, Leadership Montla, Jason Noah even, whenever you see them treating girls, please understand there's a Grootman. Please understand there's a Grootman. Please understand there was a Grootman. Grootman made men go into their ladies' phones. They don't care about the exes. They go block Grootman and Denile. Because that would come back to you in a sense of, oh, look at what he does for his girlfriend and you don't even do that for me. Grootman was pressure. If it's not you seeing him living it up in some expensive hotel, some exclusive hotel, then you are literally seeing him counting out cash in front of you or taking the Ganile to Gucci or to Louis Vuitton for a shopping spree. And people didn't get this, right? But all of that was the sale tactic. All of that was the sales tactic. Even down to the designer, because to you, it's a case of Diane slammed in, but they can still sell signals, right? But with guidelines, etc. And Diane slammed in, no, not evens. Look, Diane, here's the thing. And this is why I'm sending you guys to that Veracity Markets video, because there's so much information in that video, right? Part of what makes up the ban, because they got banned also for a couple of years, part of what makes up the ban and the fine is that Veracity Markets was not operating under the FSP. They were operating in their own business name. They were operating in their own business name. So, Diane, if they want to give signals, let's say I'm the FSP, right? I'm the FSP, Rydal Fix. They are going to have to deliver that signal service, that mentorship service, all of that under me. They are going to have to run their finances through me, because I'm the registered entity, not them. They can't take money for stuff. That is like, let me make you the perfect example of what the FSCA employee made to me. And Diane, I want you to go and watch the new FX Goat video as well. The one that deals with the FSCA regulation. I think the thumbnail says, is this why they are home? Is this why they are home? I think is that. Please go and watch that video, because in that video, right, perfect example, and you will understand this now, my bro. You will, Dayan, actually everyone will understand this. Everyone will understand this. And also, this is why it's important to watch my videos, right through to the end. Right through to the end. So, if you are a bank employee, right, you are working under a legal FSP, right? For its products and services, I'm going to explain it as nicely as I can. For its products and services, you as a customer, you pay the bank. When you give that money to the teller, it goes straight to the bank. When you put that money into the pocket or the sleeve of the ATM, it goes straight to the bank. Right? It doesn't go to the teller. Because the teller is not FSCA regulated. The teller is not an FSP. The teller is not qualified, experienced, licensed, or authorized to work with public money. Like that. You understand what I'm saying? So, when it comes to that veracity thing, right? Sure, they were a juristic rep. That's perfectly legal. But they operated under their name. So again, if the goats want to go and give services, it's going to have to be under the FSP name. When money is being paid, it's going to have to be paid to the FSP first and then to them. That is how things are supposed to be moving legally. Rydell, did you say FX Gold posted a recent post stating they are going back to Dubai? They are leaving South Africa again. Sponsor Pops, I haven't seen that. I will have to make a video on that as well. I think I can somehow add that into today's videos. FX Gold's going back. But remember Spongy Pops, you must remember that the video that I've released recently, the one that is thumbnailed is this why they are home, and the UAE laws, you must remember that the UAE laws are much more strict than our laws. Once you are on Dubai's radar, they don't let you leave the country. So with them, it's a case of if they go to Dubai now and they are not Kiki, I'm telling you, if they are not legally licensed, if they don't have an influencer's permit, it's chai for them. It's chai for them. I can promise you that it's chai for them. If they go over, right, they're allowed in maybe by a sliver of a chance. Machine Rollo did a video about the UAE. He did his video. When did he do his video? I know my video dropped like a day or two before his. So the video is there. I'll just check. Now I'll have to do this. Three days ago. So the video of mine was uploaded like 3 days ago already. So go and check that one out. It's this one here. Is this why they came home? And that one basically encapsulates what I was trying to tell you now, especially when it comes to the Dubai laws, because they now, especially if you are like a financial influencer, right? You are gonna have to phone 19 hours ago. Yeah. So I'll just fix it. There we go. So in that video of mine, you guys will see there that I actually depict to you like perfectly vision exactly. And people don't realize this. Dubai is not like South Africa where you can still bribe an official. What can you bribe a Dubai official with? That bribe that you want to give that Dubai official to let you off, ne? That is probably way less than the amount they spend on their toilet paper to wipe their asses every month. Let's be real. Let's be real. You can't buy a Dubai official. It is not like here in South Africa where you can quickly buy, you know. Yeah, I don't want to get into trouble, but you know what I mean. You quickly buy a judge or a jury, or you know. It's not like that. Or America. No, bruh. No, Dubai is different. You will be gone. And they don't tolerate scams also. That is why I believe they brought out this new law, because they have seen that a lot of scammers come to Dubai, and that is a dampener on Dubai, because criminals believe that they can run to Dubai. Criminals believe that. They literally believe that. Where did Ash Puppy get Dubai? So, but back to Grootman, guys. Even down to the cause, ne? Because in my video about Grootman, you guys will see I included the part where he takes Gnile to buy her a car. Even guys, even that is faked down to a certain level so that you can believe it is true. And then keep in mind, guys, I will say this, ne? When it comes to, and this is also how you know, everything that these guys do for the girls are performative, my bro. Because once they break up with the girl, they go fetch their stuff. You never, if you go fetch your stuff from the girl, you never bought it for her. You bought it because it brings you attention. Straight up. Let's be real with that. Let's be real and honest with that. Something that you buy as a gift. Like, why aren't you go fetching your sperm meals that you bought her? Why weren't you asking back for the McDonald's late nights that you took her? But you went for everything that you bought, the car, the phones, the jewelry, the designer, and then you still posted about that shit, almost like it made you like an elevated man. No, you're a piece of shit, my bro. That shows that everything that you bought, Gunile, was bought out of performative love. And it was that was triggering, that not only had the woman Vision 2050 coming for investments, it was the men. But the men won't ever acknowledge it, because the men suffers from small pee-pee syndrome. And keep in mind, not all of the men that gave their money to, not to get like down to the physical part of it, but small pee-pee syndrome is just a term for you see yourself as less than. You see yourself as less than. So you giving money to Grootman turning that 2,000 into 20,000 in 1 week, that will somehow give you value. But it doesn't. When it's done, you gave your money, no return. Now you have an even smaller PP. It has nothing to do with the size of your dick. Nothing. And That is the thing, my bro. He wasn't targeting just women. He wasn't. Because here's the thing, Vision 2050. Listen to my reasoning really quickly, how you will understand why I'm saying he wasn't targeting women. Gnile was a prop for him, because when he got done with Gnile, he moved on to Blue Light. Blue Light is now, she went from having a budding career, you know, you guys must know, slay queening is a career nowadays, but she went from having, and the stuff that she was doing, like, outside of like the public limelight and that. But Mughal is now a glorified babysitter. But my point is this, Gnile wasn't, because let me say why women weren't targeted. Because Gnile wasn't the one paying for these things. Sure, she paid hectically with her reputation, with how people saw her, because you guys must know he leaked their schmeck step. But men were targeted. Guys, in the general consensus of a woman is that she gets spoiled. At no point did Gnile go out to go buy her own roses, her own designer, her own perfumes, her own car. He did that. He did that. Him having her posted made it seem like it's a big deal to her, right? That will have a chain effect, because now the women that are following her would also want to be treated the same way. But again, because of the example that was set and because of the consensus of society, the women that are seeing this on Ganile's feed, are they going to go out to go and buy those roses? Are they going to go out to go withdraw money, fold it up in roses and to send it to themselves? Are they going to go out on expensive trips and pay it for themselves? So, women wasn't the target. Women will never be the target. Never. 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 Let me say it to you like that. Never. Women wasn't the target. Grootman wasn't targeting women. Grootman were targeting. When I say this, I'm going to need you to give me a round of applause in the comment section. And if you haven't yet, I'm going to need you to like. And if you agree with what I'm saying, I'm going to need you to leave a lot of W's in the chat. Grootman wasn't targeting women. Grootman was targeting the insecurities of men. Fight me on that. Fight me on that. Grootman wasn't targeting women. He was playing to the insecurities of men. He was speaking to the insecurities of men. I mean, to the men that's watching, don't you just want to treat your mochi? Don't you just want to buy your mochi, those designer? Don't you want to throw roses on the car dealership floor and lead her to a car? Don't you want to do that? Don't you want to do that? Now that raises men, in case you guys haven't applied discernment yet, in case your third eye chakra hasn't opened yet. The insecurity that comes up there is insufficiency. Because you feel insufficient, you are now going to try and give this man money so that he can make you sufficient. But can't he just putz with your kroon? Thank you, Susie. Grootman wanted to be seen as a proper man so that men can follow him. But ultimately, his downfall and how that came about His downfall and how that came about will ultimately prove to you that he was not a man at all. Exactly, Maleficent Wing. He was overcompensating for the fact that he cannot trade. Have we ever seen Grootman analyzing a chart? Have we ever seen Grootman posting a chart? Have we ever seen Grootman dropping a nugget of analysis? No. Fight me on that. Fight me on that. You guys know me. I'm the forex historian here. Fight me on that. Especially the cases that I've worked closely on, like the Grootman cases. When he fell, that proved that Grootman was not the man he wanted us to see him as and that he believes he is. Firstly, he took Gnile's stuff away from her, right? And we're not going to downplay Gnile as well, because when she met him, even though as small, as unrecognizable, as minuscule as she was an influencer. I didn't know about Gnile before Grootman. I found out about her through Grootman. So, him doing all of these things for her made the public like she's a princess, almost like with Tumi links and cash flow. Tumi links, I don't want to say she didn't have famous friends before cash flow, right? But when she, you know, when her relationship with cash flow got serious, you started seeing more and more celebrities around him. Is it making sense to you guys now? So, by the time Grootman came to take everything from Gnile, she's already built the relationships. And that is what he couldn't take away from her. She's already built the relationships. She's already built the relationships. Keep that in mind. So, people are wondering how... Wait, Rydell, you don't understand something. T-Man 2, make me understand something. Please, make me understand something. You could have just typed it out, my friend. T-Man 2. Okay, I'm not so going to pay attention to the comments right now. If you feel like I don't understand something or you disagree, just leave it there. I will get to it afterwards. So, with Grootman treating Gnile the way he did, right? That is like the princess treatment. That is like soft life. So, I don't want to say the celebrities were drawn to them, but like I said, the relationships were built. And when he saw he cannot sever those relationships, guys, keep in mind, social media, that's a different ball game, right? But real life relationships, when you meet like real life TV famous people, radio famous people, movie famous people, music famous people, that's a different level of brand awareness. He knew making leak of that sex tape or having that sex tape come out there would make people start to distance themselves from her. Because all of the famous friends that she now garnered through how he was treating her and all of that, they have a reputation to uphold. They're not going to want to be seen with what, you know, with how he portrayed her as. And I mean, we've seen the videos. We've seen the Twitter memes, and I mean that probably was the most excruciating thing for her to go through, because when I saw the Twitter memes, I was like, yo, fuck, this bruh did her in. He ruined her reputation so bad that, like, you know, those reputable brands like your L'Oreal, your Garnier, they wouldn't want to reach out with her for brand campaigns. He knew what that would do. He knew, like, and the thing is this, posting the video, that's alright. People will get over it. Tomorrow, there's a new video, done. People will get over it, right? People will forget about it sometime, no? But when people start making jokes about it, that is when it becomes ingrained. And he knew that once this thing leaks on Twitter, she's over with. She's over. Like I said, the memes. And then to top it off, the lawyer that she appointed, whether it was free counsel or not, whether it was a paid representative or not, that lawyer must be removed from legal practice. That lawyer should not be allowed to practice, because how are you as a lawyer gonna go online to call your client dumb in front of the whole world to see? How? That just showed how deep into the brains of women Grootman has climbed. Literally, that just showed how deep into the brains Grootman have climbed of people. Because how are you being judgmental now of your client? So, when it comes to the downfall of Tenbas, aka Grootman, aka Zediamo, it's satisfying. And being able to come to report on it to you guys is satisfying. The amount of scam victims he had, thousands, if not more. Thousands, if not more. And the gag is that people won't recover from this. In a few years' time, I don't think I want to speak on Grootman again, but in a few years' time, I mean, I can't do another, the downfall of Grootman, the rise and fall of Grootman. I can't do another video like that. That would be repetitive. That would be me taking you guys for a gat now. And I'm not about to do that. So, there will come a point in time where we would forget that Grootman was once a scammer. And that is when he will come back and he will, the same way he was Tenbas and changed to Zediamo so that he could scam people through clothing and iPhone. The same way he changed from Zediamo to Grootman so that he can scam people through forex trading. Once we forget about the Grootman moniker, because keep in mind, the Grootman moniker became so big that whatever news was out there about Zediamo, that news got drowned out completely. Completely. I bet some of you didn't even know Grootman scammed people through clothing and iPhones before he became a forex scammer. So when the day comes that we're done talking about Grootman, we've forgotten about Grootman, the pattern is there, and when I come to expose that new persona of his, don't say I didn't warn you, ne? Maybe he's on that new persona already, because a scammer is how they don't want to work, they don't want to have a 9 to 5, so they're going to keep scamming. This is going to be creative in the ways that they do it. So, when he has that new persona, I'm definitely going to come and report it to you guys. Other than that, thank you so much, y'all. I sincerely appreciate your time. I appreciate your effort. Thank you so much for coming to watch. When you see me upload a new video, please do, like, I always say this, how you support me is not through finances. Don't send money, nothing like that. When you see me drop a video, click on the video, watch it till the end. Drop a like, drop some comments, engage in the comment section, and if you haven't yet, please do subscribe, because that is ultimately how the algorithm recognizes, hey, oh, but Mob FX actually likes this video. Let me show it to the next person. Oh, but Protonic 808 Tonic actually likes this content. Let me show it to other people. Oh, but 4-hour Film Gamer, he has left 3 comments now, so maybe I can show this to other gaming people. And that is how we spread the awareness, guys. That is how we Flapjack, that mask guy, Flapjack, when I get to my legal counsel, Flapjack, I'm gonna ask him, how do I work a way around it, because he doesn't want to pay the fine that was given to him. Go, you must, Flapjack, we must talking about the same guy, ne? Let me say something that his name rhymes with. His real name sounds like Oreos. What's his masked name, man? Yeah. His name is on my tongue, Flapjack. His name is on my tongue. I can't get to his name right now, but if I had to get to his name, I would have said it in a way that it rhymes with something, so that you can just let me know we are talking about the same guy. But his name, not the surname, his name sounds like Oreos. Yeah. Baza, not the masked trader. It's not the masked trader. The other one. It's not Baza. It's not the masked trader. It's the other one. Let me get it. Let me get that name. Repeat offender. And 15-year debarment. Just go look for it's Moonstone. Moonstone has released it, and it was recently, man. He has now changed his name to simply FX Limited Group. But what was the name that they had with the mask on, man? Rolio spoke about him as well. And ADHD Trader spoke about him. I can't get to his real name now, man. Let me try and find it. Yeah, that name keeps on slipping me, my bro. That name keeps on slipping me. It's not the masked trader. Yeah, that name is, it's like there. Flapjack, before I end this live, I'm gonna get to his name, because he also sent me lawyer's letters. And when I get to my legal representative, I'm gonna ask him about this, because I need to find a way that I can report on it. there's it, found it, okay? The name starts with the M. Okay, here's it. When you are analyzing, this is the back side of the name. I'm not going to say the name. I'm just going to explain it to you so that you can get to the name. When you are analyzing forex, you are analyzing most on what? What is that thing called? Where the candlesticks are forming? What is that thing called? The physical thing now. What is that called? You have different variants of it. You have line, you have bar, you have pie, you have candlestick, you have Thank you, Herbie boy. Thank you. Thank you, Herbie boy. To get to the other part, that is the back part of the name. To get to the first part of the name, I was gonna say another word for angry. Another word for angry, and you would have known what I was talking about. Hola, my brother. How are you? It's so happy to see you. Yo, brah. I'm so happy to see you, brah. I hope you are doing well. I sincerely hope you are doing well. So I see people are reacting to the back part of the name. So just another word for angry. The other word for angry. I'm not angry, I'm not livid, I'm put it together and you will get to what I'm talking about. But that will also come about. But guys, I have to spot now. Thank you so much. Please keep an eye on the videos that I'm gonna drop today. I'm gonna go and put in some inspection. They did say that I'm fine. I'm fine, Kola. I'm fine. I'm really glad to hear that you are well. Yeah, Dylan, I apologize, my friend. I apologize. Spongy Pops, my social media. Let me put in my Instagram for you. There's my Instagram part. Unfortunately, Big Br, you missed the Jason part. Yeah, we spoke about the fact that he got evicted, and the fact that his stuff got auctioned off, which means that he missed out on a couple of payments, because generally if you rent, you get the deposit back, and if they are auctioning his things, that means that the debt that he's accrued is more than the deposit is paid. So yeah, that was basically the gist there of Jason Noah. Guys, remember, head on over to my YouTube channel, watch the videos that you haven't watched yet, watch it fully, watch it to the end, drop a like, drop a comment, share it, subscribe, because the more, Susie, you 100% correct there, because the more people find out about these scammers, the less people will get scammed. And the thing is this now, and I'm always gonna say this, if we as a community can change the industry to where we want things done right, ne? My bad, bro. YouTube hasn't been notifying me for your videos lately. Thank you for the summary card, please, bro. Big bro, my bro, do you know what you do now? Go onto my platform, ne? Unsubscribe, resubscribe, and put that bell notification, put it off, and then you put it back on again. I think that will make the notifications come through. I've learned a lot now recently as well about why that is not happening. And I'm fixing that because, YouTube doesn't want their platform to feel like we are bullying other people. So having titles like, this one is lying, that one is a scammer, this one is that really hinders the algorithm from spreading the video out there. You understand? So when you look at my titles now, you will see that it's been reworked a little bit. It's a little bit more softer, but it still says what needs to be said. So yeah, just there's some changes if I can. It's not just the storytelling that has improved. It's not just the research methods that has improved. But yeah, there's some other stuff that also have improved. Guys, thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate y'all. Nothing of this would be possible without y'all. There's definitely new content on the way. So I'm still shadowban James Smith, unfortunately. I'm still shadow banned, and you know the reason why I'm shadow banned, right? Is because the reports are coming in from two different communities, my bro. Not two different communities, sorry, from multiple communities. Let me make an example now. We have Monday to Friday, ne? Let me just go to the list of videos that I have. This will make so much sense to you why my channel is shadow banned and why YouTube doesn't recommend my content out there like it used to. It's Friday today, ne? It's Friday today. I'm just gonna tally from the 23rd, no? The 23rd, we uploaded a video of Jason Noah about the auction, about his stuff that's being auctioned off, right? So there's that community that came to report my channel, right? Then thereafter, we have the highest earning forex traders in South Africa, which is actually a parody video because the guy that wrote the article wrote a lot of cuck, and these guys aren't as rich as the bruh that wrote the article said they are. And you guys must know me. I'm not gonna keep my big about it. I actually told people these guys aren't rich for a fuck. So you have Louis Jr. Chakwane, Cashflow Nobo, Sandy Leshezi, and Ref Wayne's communities coming for me. That's like 4 at once, but I'm just gonna count it as one, no? Thereafter, I made a video about FX goats and the UAE trading regulations that made them come back, right? That's the third community. No, sorry, 4, 5. That's the 6th community that has come for me now. But I'm gonna register it as third because the top 10 video, we just count that as one, no? Thereafter, it's DJ Coach. And you guys know he has a very uneducated following, very like disastrous people, I would say. Then I exposed Markham. We now by 5 communities that's reporting my challenge. My channel. Then there's Grootman as well. And keep in mind, because of some ladies that saw why his name is Grootman, they are still followers of this, so they would also come and report. It's like 6 communities over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, over 8 videos. I've had 6 communities come for me, and one of those 6 has 4 communities like subdivided into it. So that is why it is hard for me to come off or out of the shadow band realm. And that is why I'm always asking you guys to drop a... Because the thing is this, and this is what people don't understand yet. When it comes to awareness, right? As much as I have a role to play, the public has a role to play as well. And with me just constantly asking you, oh, like the video, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't, share the video, right? That is me just basically asking you I'm not a, Jay, do your part, Jay. No, I'm nicely asking you to like, engage and participate, right? So your participation pushes the algorithm and that gets the videos to other people. So the more often that happens, the more the more the videos will get spread out, and the more the awareness will reach more people. I mean, we are almost at 100K. I think we will reach 100K like early next year. But yeah, that is basically what I wanted to say, guys. So whenever you see videos that's being posted of mine, even if it's in the background, you may be dishing up food, or you're busy making the food, or you're taking a shower or something, you know, just let it play there in the background. I mean, you can still hear, obviously, you're gonna watch what interests you and stuff, but having it play in the background, right, that sends signals to YouTube like, yay, this awareness is reaching the correct people. Spread it more. And that is how the videos actually go from strength to strength, if I can say it like that. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. I sincerely appreciate you all. I will see you guys in my new video. The first video that I will be uploading is Lesiba's house tour. Then thereafter, Nasdaq Ninja has been faking profits. So I am gonna most definitely be making a video about that, because there is no way that you can send a signal at 3 o'clock, right? But the screenshot that you're sending into the group is of 5 o'clock. The time there, it's 5 o'clock. It just doesn't make sense. And then this is the funniest part of it all. The screenshot, right? The time that the screenshot was sent was shortly after the signal was sent. So how is your time 5 o'clock and you sent the signal 3 o'clock? And the difference between you taking the screenshot and sending it in the group and sending the signal is just a few minutes. How is your time showing 5 o'clock? You most busy with kak most then. You most busy with kak. And then also, I will be looking into the FX Goat thing. I have to show you guys, because guys, they aren't transparent. And just watch now. If they watch this part of the live, before I get to make a video about it, they are just gonna do it because they want to save face. But up until now, guys, up until now, they still haven't showed you guys who they are a juristic representative for. But I got that information, so I'm most definitely gonna come and show it in. If that video don't drop today, it will drop tomorrow. So I'm already spoiling you guys today with a reaction to Lesiba's house tour, and then Nasdaq Ninja faking profits. So yeah, I think I must keep some content for tomorrow also. Thank you so much for joining, guys. I will see you guys in my next video. It is now 11 o'clock. Expect that video